A group of Houston firefighters have some serious explaining to do. They are accused of letting a local marketing company shoot a provocative video using station fire trucks. Here's Matt Doherty with the story.
The fire department says this could result in disciplinary action, but we spoke to our legal analyst and she says those videos could be evidence of a crime. The two videos posted to the Instagram account booked by Molo have been viewed thousands of times. Today, the Houston Fire Department says nobody should have given the women permission to dance on Station 46's fire trucks. Now, department executives have filed a formal investigation.
I think this video is very disturbing, especially at this time with the firefighters here in the city of Houston.
KHOU 11 legal analyst Carmen Rowe says these videos could actually be evidence of a crime.
It's called abuse of official capacity, and it occurs when a public servant with the intent to obtain a benefit misuses government property.
This afternoon, the Houston Fire Department sent us this statement, which reads in part, quote, "A formal investigation has been filed by department executives regarding the unsanctioned photo shoot in question. These actions are not consistent with the core values of the department and its members."
It could result in the firing of these firefighters.
Tonight, a spokesperson for the video's producers say the shoot was completely innocent. She says the group passed by the fire station following another photo shoot and thought the trucks would make for a good backdrop. The selective group deeply regrets any misunderstanding the Instagram post may have caused. It was never their intention to cast any negativity on the Houston Fire Department or bring any harm to the credibility of its employees. In Houston, I'm Matt Doherty, KHOU 11 News.